You write your own destiny. That can't be far from the truth. What I did out of love was the very reason my life fell apart. It wasn't fate. It was just me. This is my story. A story of how something stupidly small turned my life upside down.
Do I get a gift for my birthday this year, Mama? Please, please, please?
Skylar kept begging. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, but you know that budget is tight ever since your dad passed away. Her little face fell.
Yeah, I understand,
she said and walked away. I felt horrible saying that to my little girl. Does everybody discuss their financial situation so bluntly with their 7-year-old? I don't know, but I preferred to keep things real for her. I was, after all, a single mom with a minimum wage job, struggling to make ends meet. Her birthday was 1 month away. I hadn't bought her any toy since she was 5, and mom guilt hits hard. I missed seeing the excitement and twinkle in her eyes when she got something special. My sweet Skylar was such a wonderful human being. She was kind and bubbly. She always made me laugh. So innocent yet so mature. When I hit rock bottom, it was her that kept me going. I had to pull through for my daughter. She was my life, my everything. It was a Friday when I checked out a thrift store after my work shift. With just 4 days left for Skylar's birthday, I was getting restless. I had saved up a few bucks for her gift and a treat. I walked up to the toy section. I wanted to get her a cute little soft toy, but unfortunately, none were in my budget. Then, tucked underneath a pile of plushies, I saw a doll. She had round green eyes, a cute little button nose, and a stitched-in smile. Her arms were long and thin. Her legs were even longer, and she had a button in her belly that, when pressed, she giggled. I checked to see the price and it was $2.99. Perfect. I had found my daughter a birthday gift after all. On Tuesday, I took the day off to spend time with Skylar and make her feel special. She was elated when I gave her the present and couldn't stop giggling along with her doll.
She's always giggling, Mama. How about I name her Grinny?
That's a wonderful name, honey. She took Grinny everywhere with her that day. It was the last fun day we had together. As days went by, Skylar started to spend more time by herself just with Grinny. She lost interest in going out to play with her friends. At home, my once happy and bubbly kid had become withdrawn. Anytime I had any conversation with her, she lashed out. She always kept looking at Grinny, and Grinny always kept giggling. A few times, I caught her trying to smile and giggle just like Grinny. She wasn't eating well. She wasn't sleeping well. She kept saying things like her life has no meaning. Growing up in this poverty makes her mad. She didn't deserve it. She deserved to be happy and free. How was an 8-year-old talking such things? She started struggling at school. I got a note from her teacher that she had stopped participating in class activities, and that oftentimes the other kids complained that she told them stuff that made them cry. I asked her about it that night, and she just said that everyone was out to get her. No one cared for her, and whatever she told them was to take revenge, so that they could get a taste of what it feels like. She said that Grinny agreed with her and said she doesn't need to justify herself. And the scariest part about this conversation was not what she was telling me, but the fact that she was smiling all along. It was a hollow smile with no meaning in it. Her eyes were cold, unblinking, and blank. She kept pressing Granny's giggling button every now and then and just smiled at me. I was only just trying to comprehend her expressions and what she was saying when she said quite coldly,
Granny says you should leave me alone, Mama. You talk too much these days.
I couldn't sleep that night. It must have been well past midnight when I heard sounds coming from Skylar's room. Giggles and whispers. I slowly crept towards her room. She was sitting with her back to me talking to Granny.
You are right, Granny. I should tell her. She should know that I know. You showed me everything.
A brief pause and then she said,
She won't like to hear it, but it's the truth. It was her fault what happened to Dad. It was her fault he is not with us anymore, and I will make her pay for it.
I couldn't move. Skylar was 3 when her dad passed away. How could she possibly know or remember anything?
Granny says you're listening, Mama,
Skylar said, her back to me still. I froze. I was so quiet, and yet she knew I was there. And then she slowly turned to me with the same horrible cold smile on her face and said,
You did this, Mama. You had a fight with Daddy that night. You were screaming. You told him to leave you alone and go to hell. It's your fault he died, Mama. It's your fault. You can't run away from the truth forever, Mama. You can't. It's your fault and you will pay the price, Mama.
I ran back to my room with silent tears in my eyes. Skylar believed it was my fault? How? She was just 3 years old. But she was right. It was my fault. I should never have asked him to go. The accident would never have happened, and he would still be here with us. My Skylar, she wasn't herself. The way she was talking to Granny wasn't normal. That stupid, evil doll. Skylar started changing only after getting that doll. She talked to her like a real person, and she said and did mean things with a smile on her face, just like Granny's. I had to get rid of Granny. The next night when Skylar slept, I sneaked out Granny from her room. The cute doll that I bought for my girl now looked menacing. My heart filled with pain and hate at the same time. I brought Granny in our life, and I was responsible for Skylar's changing behavior. I closed my eyes, thinking how to get rid of Granny so that Skylar wouldn't find her again. And at that moment, I heard a soft giggle. It was Granny, but I didn't press her button. Granny kept giggling with that stitched smile on her face, and her eyes stared at me. I panicked and grabbed the scissors. I shredded the doll and burned it. The echoes of Granny's giggles didn't die off until the doll was charred. With a big sigh of relief, I thought things would improve now that Skylar didn't have Granny, but I was so mistaken. In the morning, I woke up to find Skylar sitting at the foot of my bed, smiling.
I know what you did, Mama, but nothing has changed.
What do you mean, Skylar?
Not too long before you find out.
And she walked out of my room giggling. I am sitting here on my bed now, thinking over Skylar's words. Nothing has changed, she said. I am afraid to talk to her. That hollow smile she had last night hasn't left her face, and the giggles won't stop. I don't see my little girl anymore. After all that I did, I think I've lost my child. The horror doesn't end here. Choose your next nightmare for more chills.